We present Tony Hancock, Sidney James, Bill Kerr, Hattie Jakes, and Kenneth Williams in
Hancock's half hour.
Good morning, Miss Pugh.
Mr. Hancock, you ought to be ashamed of yourself.
Pardon?
I always knew you were a despicable, ill-bred brute.
Miss Pugh, Griselda.
Don't come near me. I've got my hand on the phone. I'll call the police.
What are you talking about?
You fiend. Men like you ought to be locked up.
I agree, but not without knowing why.
You're not going to deny it.
I am, mate. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'll deny it like a shot.
Despicable to the end, and you in the public eye. What chance is there for the younger generation looking up to a rat like you?
I am not a rat.
At least I thought you might face up to it like a man. Take what's coming to you.
You'll take what's coming to you in a minute.
That's right. Go on, throw it. Throw it. What a follow-up. What a sequel. Same man strikes Secretary Daffodil Bowl.
Oh, this is ludicrous. Do you mind? It's bad enough with her without you chipping in, mate. Where are we? Oh, this is ludicrous. Calm down and tell me, what is it I'm supposed to have done?
You're a menace to respectable people. You're low life. That's what you are, the lowest of the low, worse than an animal. There is a person on this earth who could condone what you've done. No one who could have anything but the utmost contempt for you.
Hiya, Tub. Congratulations.
No one but Mr. Kerr, of course.
You dog, Tub. You're a sly one, you are. I didn't think you had it in you, Tub. I'm proud of you, boy. I didn't think you went in for that sort of thing.
Well, don't you start.
I thought you were the serious type to stay at home. I thought you were only interested in tropical fish breeding.
Well, no, not all the time. I do have other outlets.
You're telling me.
I mean, I have been known to get quite worked up over cheese labels.
What a cover-up, cheese labels. Why didn't you tell me, Tub? I mean, a doll like that. We could have got together. We could have had a ball. I know a bit of brass works down the pickle factory. Money in the bank. Ooh.
Stop nudging me in the ribs. A bit of brass works down at the pickle factory. It's charming.
Oh, come now. Don't pretend you're not interested. I can read.
Wait a minute. I'm beginning to see some light. From what I deduce from Mistress Purity here, it's something she's read. From what I can gain from dissipated Harry here... From what I can gain from him, they have connected my name with a lady. You've read something about me and a bird, haven't you?
Don't pretend you're surprised. Oh, look at this air of injured innocence, you viper.
Yeah, come off it, Tub. Everybody's talking about it. So what? With a doll like that, you should be pleased. I don't know how you do it. Who is she? Where'd you meet her?
Hold on. I know nothing about this whatsoever. Look, apparently everybody in the country knows what I've done except me. Perhaps if I could be allowed the pleasure of reading the piece in question, I might know where I am.
You mean you haven't read the article?
No. I've been down to the public library and read all the newspapers. There was nothing in there about me. But there never is. Not even in the Cheam Bugle.
Grizzly, have you got a copy of the magazine?
I have, and very nauseating it is, too.
And where is it? Let me have a look.
There.
Oh, yes. Oh, very high-class literature, this. The January edition of Blabbermouth. Read what the stars get up to in their spare time. How can you read muck like this?
I only read it. You are in it.
I am not in it. How can I be in this? I've never done anything they'd be interested in. Nothing that I'd be ashamed to let my mother know about.
You are in it, Tub.
Oh, where?
Page 9.
I don't believe it. Now, where are we? Yes. Errol Flynn, page 4 and 5. Actor Mature, page 6. Diana Dawes, page 7. Tony Hancock, page 9. 10, 11, 12. 13, 14, 50. See, this is ridiculous. I couldn't do all this. Must be somebody else.
I suppose that photograph is of someone else, too.
Yes, of course it is. No, it's not. It's me. She's right. It's me. What was Tony Hancock doing under the table with a cigarette girl at the Bag of Nuts?
That's what we'd all like to know.
I know you would, but this is fantastic. I've never been to the Bag of Nuts. I don't even know where it is. Yeah, I've never seen that girl in my life.
And that's why she's sitting on your lap, nibbling your left ear, I suppose.
My left ear has not been nibbled since the dog had a go at it. This photograph is a fake. She's been superimposed on my lap. This is criminal libel.
Oh, don't pretend. You were obviously drunk at the time. Look at your expression.
We've all got slack face muscles. No, wait a minute. I always look like that. Unfortunate quirk of the Hancock family. I recognize that photograph of me now, and I was not drunk. That was a press photo taken of me after I battled my way through a cordon of angry theatre-goers outside the Glasgow Empire. They've got hold of it, put in a nightclub background, and shoved in a picture of this girl sitting on my lap. Easily done. It happens all the time. It's like when you see little ballet dancers prancing about in wine glasses on television. It's a trick. You don't believe I do anything like this?
Yes. Disgusting.
I notice that you've got 84 editions of this rag in your office. All of them thumbed over with great reddish. Dog-eared and stuck together with sticky tape. Box of chocolates and half a dozen of these. You're well away, aren't you? Lapping it up. You're all the same, you sort. You love it.
Don't think I read them for enjoyment. A girl's got to know what's going on. She's got to know what sort of men are walking about.
Yes, and you're only sorry you haven't met any of them. I got you sorted out, don't you worry.
How'd you do it, Tub? A good-looking doll like this? I got to hand it to you. How'd you manage it?
For the last time, I was not at the Bag of Nuts under the table with a cigarette girl.
Then how do you account for page 17?
17? 17. Oh, this is ridiculous. Mabel the cigarette girl tells all. I was one of Loverboy Hancock's victims. I mean, let's face it, what girl in her right mind would fancy being one of my victims?
You never know. Some women prefer ugly men.
Thank you. You're very kind. This is a pack of lies.
Oh, boy, I wish I could get hold of a girl like that. I wish I knew how you do it, Tub.
Will you be quiet? It is not true. Mabel tells all.
It's all here. I am the daughter of a North Country tram driver. And I was a simple, home-loving girl until I came down to the big city and fell under the spell of Tony Hancock. He dazzled me with his promises of how to get me into films. He swept me off my young, innocent feet with his suave, romantic, devil-may-care technique, his worldly wise charm, his debonair man-about-town conversation. He plied me with champagne in Soho night spots. What defense did I, a sweet, naive country girl, have against this cultured West End lounge lizard?
What a lot of rubbish. Me, a debonair man about town, a romantic lounge lizard. I mean, look at me. That's enough. That's enough. Pretty rough lot here tonight, man. Look at me. I think I'm going it a bit when I walk into a saloon bar. And cultured. Up until last week, I always thought Handel's Lager was a brand of light ale.
She then goes into more details.
Show me. Let's have a look at this tripe. He invited me back to his luxury Mayfair flat. That's this place. 2.5 rooms of distempered rubbish. Mayfair. He then proceeded... Who, me? Ha, 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 never. Never. I wouldn't have dreamt of it. She's got imagination, I'll give her that. I say, this is a bit naughty. I'm a bit of a boy here, aren't I? I deny every word of it, unfortunately.
I wish I knew how you do it, Tub.
You will have the benefit of the gas poker right across your nose in a minute. I tell you, I have not trifled with any tram driver's daughter, and what's more, I intend to prove it. I shall establish my innocence once and for all.
How?
I shall sue this magazine for libel and defamation of character.
There's no smoke without fire.
You're enjoying this, aren't you? You love a bit of scandal down at the mothers' meeting. Yep. Be the centre of attraction. Of course, I know him, you know. It's all true. The things I could tell you. And I will. Piling it on there, Bluebeard, Dorian Gray. He sold his soul, you know. He's 90, really. There's a painting of him up in the attic that keeps changing. Well, I'm not going to let him get away with this. I intend to defend my fair name in the courts if necessary.
Do you think that's wise? You're a national figure. Now, you don't want to wash your dirty linen in public. They may drag out something else about you.
I have nothing more to drag out.
You admit all this, then?
I do not. God, dear, oh dear. When you've got friends and neighbours, you're the richest man in town. I am completely unsullied. I've always led a good, clean, honest, boring life. And it comes most hard when you get this sort of muck laid at your doorstep. I shall go along and see the editor of this rag and demand that he prints a complete denial of this article. And if he doesn't, I shall sue.
Well done. Hey, Tub, before you go.
Yes?
What's the phone number?
Oh! Miss Pugh, get that gas poker straightened out, will you?